Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you could be here. Today was Friday. August 22nd. I started off today with well, I suppose my mood was like a 50%. It was like a normal, typical average mood. Stayed about there and then dipped down to maybe 25%. Why did it change? There's not really a concrete answer to that. Seems like there should be. Why this camera's... I'm just using my phone, or I was using my actual phone, which has, you can lock the focus. So it doesn't do all these like it's doing right now. Being rowdy. But my regular phone doesn't have enough memory anymore, which is kind of annoying. So I'm using one of my old phones. But since it's old, it doesn't have the auto lock focus feature thing. So I apologize about that. But anyway, mood shifts, mood swings as they are. Understandable when there is a reason for them. An event that happens, a memory that is triggered. But when they happen for no apparent reason, frustrating. It's like when your car has an issue, but it doesn't always have that issue. It only sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But there's no way to know if it's gonna work or not. You just kind of have to. You're at the mercy of the car. In a similar way, I'm kind of at the mercy of the emotional river that you're flowing in. I don't know, that seems too convoluted. Simpler. Some days I feel good, some days I feel bad. Wow, amazing. Today was a not great day. So there you go. It could have been so easy. What happened? Where did we go? We left. Left for somewhere. Presumably, maybe he left for nowhere. I hope nowhere's nice. If I could visit nowhere, would I be able to find my way back to somewhere? Nowhere wouldn't be anywhere, because that would be anywhere. And it's not somewhere. Nowhere. A place of reckless abandon. A place of imaginary stasis. A place of fabricated control. A destiny of imprisonment. Maybe not that last one. I wonder what visual cues there are in my doodles. I mean, I do enough of them, and the things that are the shapes that I doodle, I think will be telling of the mood that I am in. Like yesterday, I did lots of sharp angles. Today is more kind of swirly, round. What is the shape language saying that I am saying? I don't even know what shape language is. It sounds like the right thing, though. So I will say that it is right. I used to draw dragons when I was a kid. I had a friend and I. He was great at drawing dragons. And I just liked to do it. I remember going home and drawing dragons and then bringing them to school. Be like, hey, look at this cool dragon I drew. Dragons are cool. They were always very long. They were snake-like dragons. And they had long mouths with lots of teeth. I bet I could find some old drawings. That would be fun. See how much I'm misremembering. Did I even draw dragons? Probably not. Probably just making it all up. Do you have a favorite children's book? Or just a favorite story or book from your childhood? There was one we had, I can't remember what it's called, but it was about a boa constrictor, I think. A big old long green snake. And And this big old long green snake was the pet of this little old lady. And he was the best. Very calm and caring. Loved this little old lady and loved helping others out. Maybe I should read children's books. Maybe I'll do that. Of course, I know I'm misremembering that story too. You know, it's probably not even a little old lady. Was the snake even green? Was it even a snake? I don't know. Give this guy a pupil. There we go. Boa constrictors are cool. I don't know why. I just always thought they were neat. Maybe because they are kind of, like dragons. Maybe it's because they're kind of pretty. They're like silky almost in the way they look. They're stealthy, silent, sitting there. When they're all curled up in the tree, got their little face. And it's like they're like wrapped around themselves. There you go. Little snake for you. A little snake for you. I like how there's no wrong way to doodle. You can't do it right. You can't do it wrong. You can only do it or not do it. What is doodling? I think you could call it making marks on a page, or let's just go with that. Making marks on a page that are not part of a language, or that are not intended as writing. This is more complicated. Because you can doodle letters, and that's writing. Doodling is not writing. This I would not call doodling. I guess every person's going to have a different definition of what it is. Because writing could be a form of doodling. Why not? Say making organizing, like making a graph, where you do the line, do the lines and fill out the little things. Or a Venn diagram. That's the one with the circles, right? I would not call those doodling. Doodling is, if it's not those things, then what is it? Is doodling art? I suppose it is artistic. I don't think doodling, because what is artistic? Does that imply some sort of like vision for the art? And I don't think, to me, doodling is not something you go into with a plan. Doodling is unplanned. Is it unplanned? You can plan a doodle for sure. My phone was supposed to turn on Do Not Disturb. I did not, and it disturbed me. How dare you? Now my train of thought is gone. It left the station. It's out of there. Doodling. How unprofessional of me. I'm so sorry. Ruined. Abysmal. That's the end. There is no more to be done. I think, to me, doodling can be anything. And it doesn't have to be anything. Does that make sense? Doodling can be anything, but it doesn't have to be anything. There are no prerequisites to doodle. No, I guess there is one. Is you have to be physically capable of doodling. But you can doodle in your mind, no? So I guess writing would be a form of doodling, right? By that definition. But you can doodle in your mind. Mind doodles. Why not? How would that be any different? Because what is doodling? Excuse me. What is doodling doing? Does it need to have a purpose? Because things have definitions and meaning. But perhaps that does not encompass the full picture. That was trying to sound fancy. That sentence did not work. definitions and meaning are important in language. That's how I'm able to communicate with you right now. That I do not think that could be argued. Well, actually, okay, so, because you don't have to be able to, yeah, you do not have to be able to, you don't have, language, you don't have to be able to think to interact. Like when life as we know it, whatever that means, one of those phrases that we use that I don't really know what it means when I think about it. But life as we know it didn't start with like intelligence, I guess. It was just things interacting with each other. What was my point? That was going to be cool, I swear. That was going to be interesting and enlightening. That was a 1 in a million moment, and now it's gone. I didn't take advantage of it. Now it's vanished forever. It went nowhere. I wish I could go nowhere so I could find it. But I'm stuck here. No, what's it called? The prefix? I don't know English. Is it funny how you don't have to know something to use it? Or rather, you don't have to know how something works to use it. Like language. No, there is some basis of understanding. But I don't necessarily know, like, it is a necessity. I don't think you need to know what, like, a noun and a verb is to know how to use a language. Now, you may know what they are because you use the language, but what am I trying to say? You don't know the definition of what they are. You know what they are because you use them. But if someone asks you, "Oh, well, what is that? What is that word?" It's just a word. It doesn't, the words noun and verb and the other one I can't think of. Don't mean anything even though you use them. Like that made no sense. Like a car. Like I know how to drive a car. But I don't know how it works. I mean, I have like a general idea. I get the gist of how it works. But I don't know all the minutia. That's why there are mechanics, right? Same thing goes with flat Earth. I believe the Earth is round. I can't prove it to you, though. I'm just. It is what I was taught in school. It makes sense to me from the evidence that I've seen. So like, yeah, I believe the Earth is round. I don't know how to prove it to you, though. I'm like, well, these people said it was, and I can take some guesses, but I mean, is it really any different than anything else? How much stuff do I actually know? Is not most of it just belief? Trust? Even then, what is? What is knowing something? Do we truly know anything? Oh, maybe. I'm always surprised by how much I can talk. Take care.